What's going on, YouTube? It's your man Soul here. Welcome back to the channel. You know what it is when you clicked it. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that's been coming out with Blizzard, the beta, what it means for TBC, all that good shit. Without further ado, let's jump in. First things first, I do want to say thank you again to all the subscribers. I'm getting, new subscribers for what it seems like each day, and I can't appreciate it enough. And I do want to give the biggest shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Meta Goblin. He subscribed to the channel today. Obviously, he didn't have to do that. He's a well-established, well-known content creator in the WoW space, so you know what it is. Meta Goblin, if you see this, thank you again, bro. I really appreciate it. Now let's get to the real shit. So, Wrath Beta came out yesterday, right? And it kind of surprised me a little bit. I definitely thought Wrath Beta was coming out later on, but then I kind of looked at the date and I was like, oh, it's the end of June. This kind of makes sense. So what does that mean in the grand scheme of things? Well, one, it means a lot of shit is happening for Blizzard in the next 5 months. I think they got like 4 projects coming out. They got Wrath Classic, they got Dragonflight, which is now confirmed to come out this year at least because the pre-orders are available. And you know how every pre-order for a new expansion, it'll say will released on or before December 31st of whatever the current year is. We got that. So we got Wrath Classic, we got Dragonflight, Overwatch 2 is confirmed to come out in October, and they're still probably going to launch Diablo Immortal at some point because right now it's in open beta. That's not guaranteed to come out this year, but the beta is out there, so it might. But Blizzard got a lot of shit going on, so it leaves me with some optimism, but also some skepticism as well. So for instance, number one, Dragonflight releasing this year, I saw some people saying that, oh, it might be another rushed expansion, because look how Shadowlands ended up. And that's a valid concern, especially because since the announcement, yes, Blizzard always says that they're currently working on whatever have you, even during an expansion for the next. But I didn't think Dragonflight was coming this year. But then you look back again, we had like what, 2 or 3 years of Shadowlands. So again, makes sense. But as far as it being rushed, again, I understand those concerns. I think there are some differences. There are some similarities, but there are some differences with the development of Shadowlands, which people also called rush, and the development of Dragon Soul. One big one is being that Dragon Soul's development probably, I can't confirm this, but probably happened in large part with the workers being in office versus Shadowlands being largely developed during quarantine times. So that does change things. Like, I know you guys think, or some people, not everyone, but some people think that, game development is game development. As long as you got a computer, you good, right? That's not really how it works. But that's one difference I would like to say probably for Dragonflight and Shadowlands, which will ultimately affect how it releases. I don't see Shadowlands coming out until November, just my personal prediction. Maybe even December, but I think November. But yeah, so I can see that concern. Overwatch 2, I'm not really a big Overwatch player, but it's still another full-scale project, another AAA game that they're releasing this year. I don't think, when did we hear the announcement for Overwatch 2? Was that BlizzCon 2018, 2019? Like, it's been some time from the announcement of Overwatch 2 till now, so that's another AAA game that they're gonna release. And of course, Wrath Classic is on the horizon. So what does this mean for TBC? Well, in short, the TLDR version is, it means that Sunwell is definitely on, a ticking time bomb. It also means that Wrath pre-patch is coming a lot sooner than we thought, because you got to think, yesterday was the 22nd of June, right? So that means that's official. That's an official launch date for beta. I don't see beta lasting the entirety of summer, or the rest of summer, because June is over basically, but I don't see the beta lasting until, second, third week September. That seems kind of egregious, right? So what that means for me is, my prediction, I think beta lasts a month and a half-ish. I think pre-patch comes the same time or around the same time, within 2 or 3 days, or within that week of the TBC realm consolidation, which is happening August 9th. I think they got to speed up the timetable. I think within the next 2 weeks, you're going to see Sunwell nerfs, right? I know it feels like Sunwell just came out. Like, for me, it feels like that. And while I feel a little bit rushed, who cares? Like, I want Wrath more than I want to be in Sunwell, my personal opinion. So that's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, that's what that means. I think within the next 2 weeks, you're going to see Sunwell nerfs. I don't think the beta is going to last more than a month to a month and a half. And I think the pre-patch is going to hit us around that time of realm consolidation. Because why wouldn't you do the pre-patch when you're cutting off old realms, you're merging some of the low pop realms with some of the more stable realms? I feel like that's a perfect time to drop the pre-patch. And once you got your population in order, then yeah, you drop the pre-patch for everybody to experience the content on an almost equal basis, right? So that being said, oh, and one more thing, they also released they have removed the PvP restrictions. So now you can go to and from PvP realms with transfers. Like there's no more, once you leave a PvP realm, you can't go back, or you can't, you know, like, or if you're on a normal server, you can't go to a PvP server. That restriction's gone. So that's another like a little unannounced thing that they did. So yeah, Blizzard's got a lot going on. And if you're in TBC like me and you're playing TBC and you want, you know, certain goals and certain prep time, you better get on it. I've been saving gold for the better part of, I want to say like 9 weeks. Like, of course I have my expenses for raiding, but I kind of tailored that to my one tune. Like a big problem that I used to have was I have, you know, 3 level 70s, 4 really, but 3 that I circulate, and I would make my main pay for all of my alts needs, and that was just a complete waste of gold. And now that my alts are working for me, now I just log on and I basically have gold waiting for me in the mail from the auction house every time. Like I have a nice surplus that I can just be like, all right, I'm good. So when Death Knight comes out, because that's when I'm going to re-roll, I'm going to level it, I'm going to level a profession, and then when the profession meets its needs, I'm going to drop it and then have the gold to power level my real profession, right? So yeah, it's prep like that people are going to have to do for Wrath. So and don't fear not, we are getting the joyous journeys buff, the 50% increase the experience gain. So that's going to help people level. It's going to help Death Knight's level. That's going to last from whenever it launches till through the pre-patch. Like as far as like Blizzard's concerned, I'm not surprised if this shit just don't happen tomorrow. Like yesterday they announced that some changes post where they were talking about the Naxxramas changes that I had mentioned in my short video yesterday. They mentioned the dungeon changes and how they want to work emblems and stuff like that. They could have said in that post, yo, in like 2 hours, we're going to drop the beta, or at some time today, we're going to drop the beta. Like beta came out like 2-3 hours after that. Like they could have said that. So at this point, I'm not putting it past Blizzard to just drop shit whenever they want to, with no announcement. And honestly, you should probably have a similar expectation from Blizzard. They're just going to be dropping shit. They're trying to move the timetable up. Like I said, 2 weeks for the Sunwell nerf shit. I might go to Wildhead right now and it could be nerfed. Who knows? But that being said, I think that's what it really means for TBC. For all this stuff coming out, I think if you're in TBC and you have been like resting on your laurels for Wrath prep, I think now it's time to get in high gear. You're probably going to see, especially depending on what server you're on, you're probably going to see a lot more guilds recruiting for Wrath prep. My guild's probably going to start doing that at some point, taking, you know, a survey of who wants to play what and what classes and specs and roles we need. So a lot of that stuff you're probably going to see come to the forefront more often with the next coming weeks. So just prepare, save your gold, know what you want to do, or have a semblance of an idea of what you want to do. Be mentally prepared for it, because things are probably going to change a lot quicker than what you're anticipating, maybe even what I'm anticipating. But again, just to give a final timeline, within 2 weeks, Sunwell nerfs. I think within a month to a month and a half, pardon me, we're going to see, which I guess lines up with the realm consolidation around August 9th. We're going to see that pre-patch. And for the final prediction, I think Wrath is coming end of August, very early September. That's what I think. Which kind of is crazy, because if you think about the lineup that Blizzard has for their games releasing, that would mean that Wrath Classic is in September, Overwatch 2 is in October, Dragonflight November or December. I'm guessing November, but November or December. So yeah. So keep that in mind, guys. If you think I'm crazy for these predictions, let me know in the comments below. If you agree with some of my predictions, let me know in the comments below. As always, you guys have been great. I've been Soul, and I'm out. Peace.